Tamil cinema particularly, a lot of experimentation is happening. OTT particularly, you see a lot of women characters who are out there speaking their lines, which you and I can speak about when we meet, off the camera. But they are talking like that. It's no more so convoluted and stereotypical, Khusbu Sundar. Would you agree that somewhere cinema, particularly Tamil cinema, has come of age that way, where you don't have stereotype women?
Yes, we do, but then unfortunately we also go by the success rate, because if there are two shows which probably don't do well, then you're back to square one. With heroes, you never stop trying, but with women, you're women centric, and then there are two shows which don't do well, and you're going back to what the normal formula is. Then the OTT platform also says that, okay, let's not do this, let's try with something a little different genre. Movies, again, you don't find, you very rarely you come across films which are very women oriented, and I'm not talking about being heroine oriented, I'm talking about being women oriented. You have television shows like what I saw, something like Delhi Crimes, or you see something like what was done by Ravina Tandon, Aryanak, or you see what uh, I mean, they do it in Hollywood, Mayor of Eastwood. I mean, Kate Winslet did, or even recently what Dimple Kapadia did. I
Right.
think those are the roles, and they're not apologetic about it. They're not at all apologetic. Or even very recently, when you look at Karan Johar movie which had come out, or where Jaya Bachchan did that role, I think she was out and out. She's not at all apologetic, and she's somebody who wants to hold the family together. She
Right.
has a negative traits, and she's not at all apologetic about it. Now that is what I call of coming of age. You know, where you don't have to be apologetic. You don't have to say that, okay, this is how a woman
Right.
has to be. This is how a woman has to be treated. This is how a woman has to behave. I think we can walk forward and with a very clear mind, saying that we have come of age. And if a woman is seen doing something extraordinarily different, you don't have to claim or say that, oh, she is hitting a glass roof. No, she is not.
Right.
She is not breaking the glass ceiling. I think it's there in her. She just needed an opportunity. So I think this is where I feel that the freedom as an actor comes from.
Fantastic. And considering that you have chosen politics, to be in politics, I'm not speaking about the ideology, but Indian politics, which is a very extremely important part of the way we have grown over the years, 77 years of independence. But politicians' lives is also kind of extremely difficult. I'm not just talking about the physical rigor, but the decisions you have to make. Many a time, it is tough. So today, if I ask you, Khusbu Sundar, what does freedom mean to you as a politician? What is that thing?
To speak my mind across the political lines, across the border lines. I think when we are working for the country, any political party for that matter, if you are truly thinking of making this nation grow, if you're thinking about the future generation, the next generation, that what are we going to leave behind for them? And if you're looking at making this country a very powerful country than what it is already today, I think we all need to come together and speak a mind. It cannot be you are in power, you are in a position, and you have different of opinion, where in your hearts you know that this is the right way forward. And despite knowing this is the right way forward, we continue to oppose, we continue with the blame games, we continue speaking within the borderlines of the every political parties. I think for me, as a woman, the first freedom comes that I need to speak my mind, and that is not going to, no political party or nothing is going to hold me, because what I feel is right, speak my mind, speak from my heart. And that is what the first freedom is. And as a politician, I think there are times when my husband tells me that probably you're not fit to be a politician, because you always are speaking from your heart. And I think if that's going to give me a very comfortable sleep at night and not going to give me any sleepless nights, I'm perfectly fine at it. There are times when you think you have to speak, but then you have your barriers, you have your boundaries, and you're not able to speak.
Right.
But fortunately for me, I am known to speak my mind, and I do it. I continue to do it. There are times when I overshoot the boundary lines, yes. There are times when probably I'm not in, at par with my political ideologies or the party I belong to. And it's not only now, even before that, or the other party what I was in. I think I've always spoken my mind, and I think that is when I say I'm liberated, and that is what my freedom is. Because if I'm not allowed to speak my mind, if I am put in a bracket and say, okay, this is all you can move,
Huh.
this is how you have to speak, and this is how you need to see from my point of view, then I can't. I need my point of view. I need my perception. I know my limits, so I don't go beyond my limits. So
Right.
I don't personally hurt anyone. I don't personally blame anyone. But I think if this is my perception as a mother, as a woman, as a wife, and mainly as a citizen of this country, if this is how the country has to move forward, then be it, I will speak my mind.